Let's create a VPS on Linode using Terraform in a few minutes. Let's get started. So the first thing we need are some access keys. So we go to our profile and we click on API tokens and then create a personal access token. From here we're gonna create our token specifying a label such as my access token. Then we can set the expiration to never or to 1 month. Then we can select this button for no access so that we disable access from anything that we don't really need, and we just enable specifically what we need. We're gonna need for this demo events and domain, events and Linode, but if you need something more, feel free to add it. Alright, now the next one bit is that you have to copy this this variable to make it available for Terraform, and I'm gonna show you how in a second. So back in our editor, I have this scaffolding project with a backend.tf where I specify I want to use this version of Terraform, and as a provider I want to use Linode. The version 2.23.0 is the version of the provider of Linode at the time of recording this video. The next bit is going to be the variables, which is where our Linode access token needs to be put. As you can see, there is a terraform.tf vars, which is where you actually put the value of the variable. Then we have a Linode root password, which is the password that we use to access the Linode instance. And finally the SSH pub key that we want to use. Alright, let's go back to our main.tf. We have the Linode provider and the token is secretly stored and securely stored inside our variable Linode access token. So at this point all we have to do is to go back to the terminal and run the terraform init command. And this is essentially the equivalent of running an npm install if this was an old project. Alright, so everything is done, we can go back to our text editor. And let's open up our main.tf file again, and we're gonna specify the resource that we want to use, which is a Linode instance. Alright, let's set up that we want to use Ubuntu 24.04. We're gonna give it a label, which is gonna be the name on which the machine is gonna show up in Linode. We're gonna specify the type. In this case I'm going to use the smallest type available on Linode so that the cost is not excessive, the root password which is stored inside my variable file, and UOS that corresponds to London. For the output I want to see the instance IP that is going to be created so that I can easily access to it through SSH. Okay, now back in the terminal, we're gonna do a Terraform plan to see what is gonna change. So here we're gonna see all of the different instances that are going to be created. And now if we are happy with it, we can just do Terraform apply and we're gonna select a value. Okay, so here we have a problem, which is the web server instance type I have used is incorrect. So I'm gonna just go back and change it. I think I just misspelled the type. So it's nanode 1, G6 nanode 1 is the correct value. Let's go back to our terminal. And now we just run Terraform apply. We specify we do want to have those values. And now through the magic of video editing, we just skip to the video when is everything ready. If you open up the Linode panel while Terraform is running, you're gonna see the status of your Linodes changing live. Alright, so here I have my IP. I could use SSH and use the root password to access my machine. However, I'm not really a big fan of this. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go back to our editor and I'm going to use a TLS provider in order to have SSH access through a key, through a key pair. Alright, so let's add the TLS provider, which you just have to say provider TLS, and we're gonna use this provider. And we're gonna create our resource, which is a TLS private key, and then we're gonna specify in this case the name, where I'm gonna use the algorithm name, which is ed25519, and then Linode to specify that this particular key is for Linode, and the algorithm of course is gonna be ed25519. Now with this block that we are in here, we are essentially saying use the TLS public key, where I'm gonna specify which one is the file on my local that I want to use. Now the file that I'm using on my local, you specify with the file function, and I put this in a variable so that with different workspaces, for example, I can actually use a different SSH key for different machines. And then we need to add a second section here. We're gonna have an auth section to authorize the authorized key, and we're gonna specify here with the jump function, which is going to basically remove new lines from your key. We're gonna do data TLS public key private keys, and it's going to specify our key, and then we're gonna run our Terraform apply once more. We need to redo again a Terraform init -upgrade because we added a new provider. And now we can actually do Terraform plan, and essentially it's gonna tell us it's gonna destroy and recreate our instance. It's just a modification, but unfortunately Terraform in this case cannot actually keep the old machine since it needs to upload the key at creation time. And here we're gonna recreate the instance, and we're gonna see what's the new value gonna be like. Now we are here, and what we wanna do, we wanna take this IP address and we wanna use it on our SSH command. So we use the same key I used before, root at this IP address, connection refused. Okay, let's try it just once more, because maybe what is actually happening is that I did this a little bit too quickly and the machine did not fully boot just yet. In fact, yes, I can see the machine is here in the portal. Let's try SSH into it once more. I need to say that I want to accept this key. Yep, okay, we are in. We are inside my machine. I can just exit, and all I want to do now is to essentially... Alright, so all is left to do now is to basically do a Terraform destroy, so that we're gonna clean up our resources and we do not incur in extra costs. We just confirm with a yes, and where the machine is destroying. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave us a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not a subscriber. And well, see you in the next video, and if you have any comments or questions, please come back for the next video and leave a comment on the comment section below. Thank you very much, see you next time, bye bye.